those two things. Joining us now is Captain Laura Einsetler, who flies for a major commercial airline, to talk about this. You know, you hear the governor say, we don't think there's a threat to public safety, but we don't know what these are. How can those two things be true at the same time?
Well, we have to kind of look at things like, so why are these drones operating at night? Most drone operators would operate during the daytime. So the fact that it's been going on for several weeks and the fact that it's going on during nighttime, you have to wonder, is it military operations or some sort of technical equipment operator that's doing this?
From your experience as a pilot, when you see things in the sky, what stands out to you about these objects?
Well, with drones and as pilots, we're obviously very concerned about those type of things sharing airspace with us. These drones are supposed to have remote ID on them, so they're supposed to be broadcasting always what the identification is and what the locations are at all times, and be below 400 feet above the ground so that it doesn't interfere with our operations for keeping everyone safe.
If it is some sort of military exercise, you know, there's one thing to let the public know. It's another thing to let pilots know, or the FAA. That doesn't appear to have happened.
Well, and that's a concern. So this is the type of thing that with the investigating going on, you know, is there a concern or is there not a concern? So the fact that the people of these areas, you know, are voicing their opinions and their safety concerns, this really needs to be addressed and explained for everyone.
The FBI is requesting some flight restrictions now as a result over the Staten Island area. How might that help?
Well, absolutely, it will help, because that means that anything that's in those restricted airspace areas, then they can come in and handle those type situations. So whether it's some type of operation with helicopters where they can, you know, go alongside and track them, or even shoot them down if it's a kind of a safety concern, then in that case, we have to understand what's happening here.
Yeah, and there's a lot we don't know. Captain, when you're in the cockpit and you see something strange, something mysterious, as these are, what is the process of reporting it?
Well, when it comes to us, we would always tell air traffic control if we see these type of things in the airspace that might be concern for us and our passengers' safety, so that the FAA is always aware of, hey, we know that these things are here, air traffic control is aware, and they can report to the FBI in these type cases.
In your experience flying, how often do you come into contact with things that you can't explain?
Not very typically, but every now and again, there's some type situations that we might see that it's hard to explain. So you have to look and say, okay, is it military activity? Are they testing new type of equipment? Is this just something that we haven't seen before? Can't explain aerodynamically either, for that matter.
What about the altitude of these drones, or whatever they are?
Well, they're not supposed to be operating any higher, as I said, than 400 feet above the ground. So that needs to be also something that's investigated as well. The fact that they have position lights on them, and the fact that in some cases they're very large, might give some explanation as to who's operating these and why are they operating them at night in these locations.
There's going to be a push for answers today. I mentioned some of these House members. How urgent would you categorize this situation?
Well, the fact that they've been operating for the last few weeks now, and there hasn't been, you know, if the FBI and the governor is saying people shouldn't be concerned about the safety in this case, might give some explanation as to what's happening right now. So we should be getting some sort of answers very soon, because obviously the public is saying, hey, we're concerned here.
Yeah, enough's enough. Let's find out what's going on here. Captain, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.